Campus Tour crew, welcome back everybody here on our journey to get a win with every single team in College Football 26, and we have got a bit of a challenge on our hands here today. The Marshall Thundering Herd, as requested by T-Camp in the Discord. If there's a team you guys want to see on the Campus Tour, you can either leave a comment down below on this video or hop into the Discord. Link for that is in the description. So Marshall, obviously in real life last year, weren't even able to play their bowl game because the coach left to Southern Mississippi, and just about every player on their active roster, at least it feels like that, transferred mainly to Southern Miss. So what we got left here isn't great, but we're going to fight with these boys. We're going to make it work as best as we can. Playbook wise, they do have a lot of two tight end stuff, which I actually don't think we're going to do because, well, we'll see our tight ends here in a second. But they also have a few spread formations. That's kind of where I think we are going to try to base our offense out of. Our options are kind of limited with this team. Our main guy we're going to be focusing on is our quarterback, Zion Turner. 74 overall, 87 speed. Yeah, you're moving up and being our starting quarterback, buddy. I've already gone through and made all these changes. I'll just note kind of as they come along. So quarterback is one. Halfback, you got a few options. I mean, really between these three, Williams, Thomas, Allen, and Barbie, I'll just keep whoever they got in there. I don't think it's going to make a gigantic difference. There's no abilities. They're all about the same speed. They're different sizes, but we'll just leave it as is and hope for the best. Wide receiver, we are going to keep Norton as our wide receiver one. 81 overall, 89 speed. Not too shabby. We'll have Harmon as our wide receiver 2. Balanced, press pro, 50-50 downhill, 6'3", 200. Somebody you might be able to beat man. Maybe hopefully get open at some point is all we're really open for here. Then we are going to move Turner Bradshaw up to be our slot receiver. Our only guy with 90 plus speed. I mean, not our only guy, because we do have White down here, but he's 5'8", 170. I don't love that. I don't love that. I think I want to have one guy with abilities up here, and we of course have to keep our 81 overall. And we have a little bit bigger, not much, but a better overall 91 speed guy here. So I think that's how we're going to do the wide receivers. It's not great, this Marshall situation. And this is what I was talking about with the tight ends. I like the looks of a lot of their two tight end sets, but are we going to be running a 74 speed tight end in this spot? Is somebody we're trying to get open? I don't think we can really do that. So I think we're going to stick with a lot more one tight end, pretty basic spread kind of offense. We do have a good right guard, Jalen Slappy. Fantastic name there too. Defensively, also looks bad. Almost the entire secondary went along to Southern Miss. Leaves us in a bit of a pickle. We will be starting Al Ashford at cornerback 1, 90 speed, 6 foot tall. Cornerback 2, Daryl Sweeting, 87 speed, 6 foot tall. I don't know. In the slot, 6 foot tall, 86 speed. I mean, it's just not good, man. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna do the best we can, but it's a kind of a rough situation. Free safety, we move it D Smith up. C Smith is your typical starter, but 6'2", 200 pounds. I think he's going to do better as a sub linebacker. Keep Green McKnight up here. Your specialists, I mean, there's really nobody we can put in here anyway. You have one bouncer if you're going to put him in zone coverage and have him zone chucking people. But other than that, we've only got a workhorse. I don't know, man. These are the teams sometimes that can surprise you the most. That's kind of what we're counting on. So Marshall, Thundering Herd, Campus Tour. Let's give it a shot. 72 overall, 71 offense, 66 defense. Certainly searching tier 5 and hoping they can find us one. We need a good even matchup here to even have much of a chance. Well, we're at about 2.5 minutes here, which I don't know. I'm taking that as a good sign that they're actually looking for a tier 5 team for us to go up against. If this takes too long, I don't know. Maybe we'll expand our search a little bit. But hey, what timing? Unbelievable. 2.5 minutes later. If it took that long, this better be a tier 5. If you're going to make me wait 2.5 minutes. Yeah, there's not a ton of people online, but still. You're going to make us wait that long? We better match up against a tier 5 opponent. Let's see. We are at home for this one. Marshall against New Mexico. Love to see that. I don't mind waiting a little longer if it means we're actually getting tier 5. That's fine by me. Let's see, the New Mexico Lobos, any national titles? No. We have pretty much the exact same pass run splits. Tier 5 versus Tier 5. Let's go get a Marshall. So yeah, their playbook, like I said, a lot of wing, a lot of 2 tight ends, some 3 tight end, which honestly does look pretty good, but just not for this Marshall team. If you were doing like a dynasty or something, ultimate team where you actually had good tight ends, I understand the merit of running some of that stuff. Looks like he is just in like a cover 3. I don't really have time to adjust too much, so we're just going to keep this run, test their run defense first, as we like to do. See if we can't find a little gap. And double check what defense he was in. Cover 3 match. See, that, I don't love the spread. The spread 4. Against cover 3 match, typically I do like to overload aside some sort of trips. Typically he's going to work a little bit better for us against a match. It should leave one of these drags underneath if he is still in a cover 3 match. And he is. And it leaves the halfback. And then just cut our way inside. Fight for a yard. 3rd inches. Okay, that's fine. Still in cover 3 match. So, I mean, there's a few things. I don't know how aggressive we really want to get here, though. I think we'll stay in our trio. See, now he's out of it. Let's see. What is he in here? And it looks like it might just be a big man. Could be a man blitz. So we're going to see if X can actually beat him on that. And he certainly can. Norton. We don't have the best receivers, but they got fight. They got dog in them. It was the big man blitz. We trust our boys. They go make a play. First down, Thundering Herd. Now let's get back into a little bit of spread. I don't know if he is going to be... I'm going to go flanker dig here. So, I mean, it's definitely not a cover 3 look. We're just going to set base blocking. I know the patch that's coming through tomorrow is going to add that you can just set base blocking like as a coach adjustment. So that is going to be really nice. I'm looking forward to that. So we don't have to worry about being an empty and people just hollering at you against certain defensive sets. It just doesn't even target like the defensive end. So it'll be nice not to have to worry about that. We are just going to try another run here. Just get... Oh, I can never tell which way the user is going, so I try to cut the opposite side. He is back in his cover 3 match. Is he going to stay in it? I mean, probably not, right? He's been adjusting around a little bit. Let's go smash. See, yeah, he's out of it again. I do kind of like the looks of A on this, or our halfback is kind of where we're looking here. Potentially had A. Definitely have the halfback. Turner. Make a man miss. Nice little play, though. All the way down, person goal at the 3. He was in a cover 6, so he was still in a match. It just wasn't quite the match we thought it was. I'm going to do this RPO read bubble and potentially keep this with Turner, because on the read ones you can hold A and keep it with your quarterback. But we'll see. Maybe RB's gonna get open on this. No, he's not. Whoop, 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 whoop. Didn't hold A in time, but it doesn't matter. Take that handoff right up the middle. It wasn't exactly how we drew it up, but it was still a nice opening drive. Touchdown. Thundering Herd. Marshall, too, by the way, their stadium is awesome. I love their stadium. I like 3-3-5, but I just don't think we can realistically run it with this team. The linebackers are going to be just so slow that I have a hard time trusting them to be able to do a whole heck of a lot. He's testing our run defense now. Go get him, boys. Go get him, boys. Test our run defense. But yeah, I love Marshall's end zones. Any painted in end zones, I'm a big fan of. Like Marshall painted in black with the green. Looks fantastic. Wish the team was a little better, but still, solid first quarter for us. Now he's going to some Y trips, offset weeks. We just don't know how he's really going to be playing. I'm always worried about RPOs in any of these trips formations. He's going back to the run. There's our slow boys. Eventually we work our way out there, keeping the gain of 4. That's all right. So he's just got 2 runs, and he's staying in this trips offset week. Yeah, I'm not going to adjust any like zone drops or anything just yet. I don't know. I am going to contain just because, I mean, we don't have quick jumps anyway, so does it really matter? I don't know if they have a fast quarterback or not. I think they typically do. Just going to hard flat, contain. I kind of want to get on our safety that's on the hook up there, but... Oh, he dropped it. Oh, he did drop it. The bad quarterback throws it behind him. He must have heard my footsteps. It was our user pressure that got in there. Okay. Connection's been lost. Well, that's a win for Marshall. They are off the board, which is great. I do think instead of just hopping into another game, which is typically what we do in these situations, I do like the idea of diving a little bit more into these playbooks and talking about what I like and what I don't like. So let's just go ahead and do that for a little bit. Let's take a further look into the Marshall playbook. So I do want to talk a little bit more about these wing formations that I do like. Now, the 3 tight end ones might be a little aggressive, like the wing pair weak, wing tight Z. I mean, goal line offense, these could be good for sure. I mean, you obviously got numbers. That PA tight end seam, not bad, but you just need to have 3 good tight ends, which is asking for a lot. But if you do have 2 good tight ends, why I like these wing formations, they also have the split T if you have 2 good tight ends. Just throwing that out there. But plays like this in gun wing, we have just a regular inside zone. It can be just a good simple run play, but then that play action fork. This is an unbelievable play. With that kind of angle route on your outside tight end, a little scissors going on between A and B on the outside right, that's going to be a lot of zone coverages. You could even hot route a little streak or something. Here, I'll just show you. We'll call PA fork. I should have put them in a certain defense because this is really kind of what I was talking about. And also, I don't know if I mentioned this already, but the patch that's coming out tomorrow is going to fix this auto half slide thing. I did mention this. So we can just auto set base, which is great because that's typically what you're going to want to do anyway. But what we could do here is if you streak B, send your halfback out to a flat. Now we have a flood over there on the right. We have that angle route on our second tight end. We got kind of a deep dig kind of route here on X, which I'm going to call this and just watch X because it looks like it might be one of those where he speed bursts on the break because it's kind of rounded off at the top. So I kind of want to see how he runs this. Oh, that was not a speed burst at all. Wasn't a speed burst at all. With a better wide receiver, that was going to be wide open. And that angle route on our second tight end actually got wide open. I think that play's got a lot of potential here in gun wing. Halfback angle is going to be good. Any angle route. Angle routes are just very, very good. Texas routes on your halfback, always going to be very good. But really, because this will get your opponent thinking run, right? You're coming out 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, a halfback. But the pass plays in this formation are really, really good. Tight end attack, wide drive clown. Those 2 we already talked about. You just need the personnel to run it, which I think a lot of people kind of struggle with. That in this game, especially when you're not using the best teams, you kind of have to play to the strengths of your team. And while I do like these formations, it's just not really a viable option for a team like Marshall. Because like even this formation, wing X off, we don't really need the best tight ends to run a lot of this stuff, but like a jet touch pass, we don't have the speed at wide receiver to really run a jet touch pass. And those aren't very good this year anyway. But I do love having that same motion across these 3 plays. We still have that jet motion, but one's just a duo run, which is always a very good run. You have a RPO pop pass. These kind of plays, this jet PA boot halfback wheel. Georgia Tech has a few of these where the halfback is going to start on one side and then kind of run a wheel to the opposite side. It never seemed to work great. He always seems to get stuck in traffic. So I'm curious to see if he actually gets out on this wheel route. See, like he just gets so stuck. Good throw, Turner. Because that could be a great route against match coverage, against man coverage, against a lot of things. If he could consistently actually get through that line of scrimmage, I'll try it with just the base block, or not the base, the blocking this play comes with, and just see if he can actually sneak his way out there. But see, again, just not really. He always gets a little stuck on that line, and that kind of kills those plays for me, because I love the potential of them, but if you can't get out of the backfield, it's not going to do you very much good. We got 2 more wing formations here. They've got, what, 6 total wing formations? So if you like your tight ends, if you've got good tight ends in your dynasty, this would be a pretty dang good playbook, honestly. With the different types of runs, counter bash, so you do have some RPOs in here too. Or not RPOs, like read options. Like counter bash and GT counter bash. You still got another tight end attack, a power read, QB wrap, a play action, inverted veer, regular bash, drive. So again, good pass plays if you've got the personnel for it. Now, wing slot offset, I think this is the one I was very tempted to actually use during the game because I like a ton of these plays. PA double post. I personally will always cancel play action, especially with these bad teams because their offensive lines stink and I don't trust them at all to be able to hold up. So I'll almost always cancel those. Inside zone, mesh spot, any mesh always good, especially with the halfback wheel sneaking out the back there. Against man coverage, you're going to have that halfback wheel potentially for a touchdown, or one of your drags should get open. Marshall's might struggle. I don't know if I've told you guys, Marshall's tight ends aren't very good. but you also have, stick nod vertical, a power O run, drive, PA read. Yeah, the swing slot offset I think is actually really, really good. A good RPO in there too. And I was going to mix in some of the, I think it was one of these had some QB RPOs that I was going to go to if that game lasted a little bit longer. It might be one of these deuce ones actually, which gun deuce also in the Notre Dame playbook. The thing they're missing though is that motion halfback toss, which I love. But we got some fun RPOs in here too. The RPO snag, all these have your tight end kind of going out. I'll show RPO snag here. Tight end going out on a wheel route after he goes out in motion. Now again, oh, I was trying to throw that to B. If you had a good tight end, I honestly think this playbook has potential to be really, really good. It's just you need a very specific team to be able to do it. But another mesh route, bench spot, the RPOs. Where the heck are those QB RPOs I was talking about? I was looking at. I know they exist. You can't fool me, game. I know they're in here somewhere. It's in one of these wings. That's where it is. We got some more wing. We got wing trips and wing trips week here too. One of these has good looking QB run RPOs. I should have written it down, honestly, but I didn't. It's a wing trips week. Yes, here we go. It's got that alert QB counter rail that we saw out of West Virginia. Very, very good play. Good way to sneak your halfback out. You could potentially get a one-play touchdown out of that if the defense comes down. Get it to your halfback over the top of them there. And then you also have an RPO alert QB counter. Two really good QB run RPOs, which, again, those aren't as good as they were at the start of the year, but I still think they are very, very good and a really good way to catch people off guard. So that's kind of what makes Marshall's playbook unique, is going to be all those different wing formations. I don't think I've seen one that has so many. They have 6 right here at the beginning that are actually 2 tight end. Then they have a couple more wing trips week here too. And then you can mix in the spread stuff, which I've covered spread a lot. Sorry, kind of got something stuck in my throat there. But yeah, spread formations all going to be very, very good. As we saw in that game though, it really does depend. And this is kind of what I like about this playbook too, is we saw our opponent was coming out in cover 3 match. Spread, not going to be great against really any sort of match, but really especially cover 3 match. Just it's easy for the defenders to pick up what assignment they have. It's just difficult compared to having these options in here too. That's nice that they have both the spread, those wing formations, and some trips. So if they are coming out in a cover 3 match, it's a lot easier for you to overload a side and kind of confuse the defense, confuse their match coverage a little bit, as we saw when we picked apart the New Mexico defense for our touchdown drive. So that's some things I like about the Marshall playbook. There's pretty much every playbook, there's going to be some things in there to like. You just might have to dig around a little bit to find it, but that's it. Marshall is officially off the board. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will see you next time. Until then, take it easy.